Hi Virgo, welcome to July. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I want to call in some good energy and say thank you for supporting my channel. And if you're new, welcome. So we have a big month this month. We have a new moon in Cancer, and it's an eclipse on July 2nd. And then a full moon in Capricorn on the 16th, and that's an eclipse. In the middle of all that, Mercury goes retrograde, Mercury, your ruling planet. And that's on the 7th or the 8th, I think. And then we have a new moon in Leo on the 31st, which is a blue new moon. So it's the second new moon of the month. So let's see what Virgo needs to know about love and relationships. What does Virgo need to know about love and partnerships and relationships? May only the highest forces be present to ensure that the truth be told. What does Virgo need to know about love for the month of July 2019? What is coming up for Virgo in love and partnerships in July of 2019? The Hangman, the Five of Wands, the Chariot, the Star, the King of Wands, Seven of Cups, Seven of Swords, the Hermit, Three of Swords, the Knight of Swords. Okay, so you're starting out the month with the Hangman. The Hangman is about you feeling like you're in a state of limbo right now, that nothing is moving. The Hangman means you have to be patient, but it also means at some point you might have to give something up for something better, and it usually feels like a sacrifice. You have the Five of Wands crossing you. So sometimes the Hangman can represent feeling betrayed. You feel like you've been made the scapegoat for someone else's agenda. And the Five of Wands is a card of conflict. People not working together, people competing with each other, not seeing eye to eye, fighting over petty details. So if you're in any kind of a teamwork situation, you may feel that the team is not supportive. It's not supporting you. You're not feeling supported. You're feeling like, I've got to fight. Nobody wants to work together. Everybody's like doing their own thing. And if you're in a relationship, you could feel that you're fighting constantly with this person over nothing. So you might be thinking, like, maybe I need to move on. Maybe I need to move away. Move away from this conflict. There could be a sense of betrayal, because the Seven of Swords is here. Maybe you're not communicating honestly with your partner. You're not telling them what's wrong, or you're not facing the truth of your situation. The Chariot is here. This is a card of victory through disciplined focus. So you might have been scattering your energies, doing too many things at once, not doing anything, not being really committed to any one path. And so your energy is spread too thin. You have a dream, though, that you want to achieve, the star, and you can achieve that goal, but you have to really narrow down your choices, because I feel like you're stuck in the choices. You have the Seven of Cups here. So you're very talented, and there's a lot of different things that you can do. You have a lot of options opening to you. It could even be in relationship. You may have more than one option, and you're trying to figure out, what do I choose? What's the best thing for me? It could also be in career. There are different opportunities, different paths you could take. But whatever it is, you don't want to make the decision, because it's going to mean letting go of something. So you're not ready to let go. That's why you're stuck. So if it's a relationship situation, maybe there's a part of you that wants to leave a relationship and move on to something else, but you're afraid to let go of it because you're afraid to give up that security. It's like the unknown is, scary. Even if the present is not perfect, it's better because you know it than what might be out there. But you have the star in the reading, so you can achieve your dream and you can achieve your goal. The King of Wands is in the future. That could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Or it could also be just someone who's a good mentor, someone whose opinion, gives good advice, maybe could be a little bit bossy at times, but they do it from a big heart, they care. This person's a good leader. So you might be trying, maybe you're going for, this person wants to help you and give you advice and advise you. This could also mean, if it represents you, you need to step into your leadership ability. But you keep looking at the past. You keep dwelling on the past. And you need to look at the future and make a decision. You have to make a choice. You're not going to get anywhere unless you choose a path. A part of you maybe doesn't want to face the truth about something. You have the Seven of Swords here. This is a card of sweeping things under the rug. It can be like covert energy or sneaky energy. Maybe you're not ready to share your plans. Maybe you have an idea. You have ideas that you're tossing around, but you don't want to talk about it yet because there's under development. But in any case, you have this Hermit card here. So I feel like you need to take time out to think. And if you're in a relationship, the person you're involved with might be feeling kind of lonely. Maybe you've had a separation or a disagreement, because there's the Three of Swords here. And you need to take time out to think. Or this could also mean you realize that to get what you want, you're going to have to cut away what's no longer serving you. You may need to sever ties that have been holding you back from achieving this goal of the star. And you may need to take some time out to get some advice. This sometimes could even mean minor surgery. So some of you might need to go to a doctor and get some tests done and just make sure that everything is, working properly. Don't be afraid to reach out to others for help. You're not alone. You may be feeling kind of isolated, or you may feel like I just want to be alone to think about what I need to do. Because this is a card of seeking guidance, following, wisdom. It could also mean taking time out to follow your own internal guidance. But there's like some heartache with this Three of Swords that you're still recovering from. The Knight of Swords here, like you may just feel like chucking it all and just going off and jumping into something. Because the Knight energy, this Knight of Swords energy is argumentative. This Knight wants to fight. This Knight is impatient. So you might be dealing with someone who's a little bit insensitive and not sensitive to your needs. Or you may be feeling like, I just want to jump into something, I don't care if it works or not, I just got to do something, I'm tired of being stuck. So the energy is to just don't rush, really contemplate, really think, weigh your decisions, weigh your choices, because sometimes this can be, the Knight of Swords can mean jumping into something without really looking into the details, and then having a sense of regret later because you're not considering others. You're being insensitive to the needs of others. Or your actions, you may just want to fight, and your actions can lead to separation. So there's a lot of confusion. It may be a good idea to go and speak to someone and get some impartial, objective evaluation of your situation, because I don't think that you're seeing things clearly. And with these two sevens, you're in a transition period. So you may need to seek guidance to help you overcome that. To help you make the right choice. to help you move forward and to know what to cut and what to keep. Because I feel like there are some ties that need to be severed. But you don't want to throw everything out. You want to really be discriminating. So the solar eclipse in Cancer is happening in your 11th house. And you have Saturn in the 5th house. So you haven't been having a lot of fun. It's been all work and no play for you, with Saturn in the 5th. This new moon is saying you need to take care of your health. You need to nurture yourself and nurture your relationship, your friendships. You've been cutting yourself off from friendships because you've been so busy working. And it can affect your health. If all work and no play is not healthy. And this new moon in Cancer, conjunct the North Node, is saying it's time for you to nurture yourself. It's time to take care of you. It's time to join with people who are your soul tribe. People that think like you, in a sense, that are there for you, that are supportive and nurturing. Because the 11th house is the house of friendship. It's also the house of, goals and dreams. So something needs to be healed, and you have this opportunity to create, to connect with new people, new groups. Maybe you're connecting with healers, or friends that have a healing effect on you, groups that have a healing effect on you. Neptune's in the 7th house, so there's where your confusion is. Am I meeting a soulmate? Am I with a soulmate, or am I idealizing someone and not seeing them clearly? Jupiter's in the 4th house. It's a time, if you're moving into a new home, you could really make changes and move into a larger space or a more open and brighter space. Jupiter brings opportunity and luck. The full moon is happening in your 5th house, and it's conjunct Pluto. You could have power struggles with children, maybe even a female if you have a daughter. But Pluto also can mean a new romance with someone who's very intense. Someone that brings passion and intensity to your life. Someone that affects you on a deep emotional level. So a relationship can be coming to completion. You could be thinking about forming a serious partnership with someone. But you have to balance that work-play thing, You have to let yourself have fun. And maybe the way that you can deal with these deep emotions that you might be feeling at this full moon is through some type of creative self-expression. Art, music, dance, any kind of creativity to get those emotions out, to give expression to your feelings. Find a vehicle that can allow you to express yourself. Mercury is going retrograde in Leo in the 12th house. That could bring people back from the past, people that maybe you have a karmic connection with. It could also mean that it's time for you to look again, because Mercury is about redoing, reconnect. Maybe if you've gone through some type of counseling, you need to revisit that, because the 12th house is the unconscious, the hidden. There's something that's affecting you, that's affecting you on an unconscious level, and you need to bring that to the surface. You need to go back and look at those issues from childhood, or look at the issues of how you self-sabotage. What's blocking you from an unconscious place? Mercury going through that 12th house is a good time to revisit that and maybe talk about those feelings. Talk about the things that you've kind of swept under the rug. The issues that you don't want to deal with that are coming out in other ways. When you don't deal with something on a conscious level, it affects you on an unconscious level, and maybe not always in the best way. So I think that July would be a good month for you to go through for some type of counseling. Follow the doctor's orders in some way. If something needs to be cut away, whether it's a psychological block or even some kind of physical thing, a minor surgery, let it happen. Do it. It's time to cut away get rid of the negativity in your life. Get rid of the unconscious behavior that may be controlling you and you're not even aware of it. And then you have a new moon in Leo. And that's happening in your 12th house, and it's supported by Venus and Jupiter. The new moon conjuncts Venus. So it could be that you have feelings for someone and you're not communicating that. So there could be a relationship that you're, for some of you it could be like a relationship you don't want to go public with yet. Maybe it's new and you're just keeping it to yourself. Or you could be secretly in love with someone and you don't want to tell them. You don't want to share your feelings. You want to keep your feelings hidden. But you have Jupiter. Jupiter's in the 4th house. So you can make, and Neptune's in the 7th. You need to communicate. If you have, Venus won't be in the 12th house forever. But at this new moon, it's in your 12th house. Probably by the next month, it will be in the 1st house, and then you could express your love in a healthier way. But if you have feelings about someone, you need to communicate. Get those feelings out. If you have any blocks or any hidden resentments about a relationship, maybe now would be a good time to go and work that out through counseling. Because this is a good moon for making a new beginning towards your psychological health, towards releasing past habits, past karma, finishing, starting a new health regimen where it's affecting you on a psychological level. Working on those areas, your blind spots. This new moon can be very helpful. And when you do that, it could also bring new love. It could really help you to release the areas in your subconscious that are blocking love from coming into your life, that are stopping you from sharing your love, from expressing your love. So I feel like this is a psychological month for you. It's a time of psychological healing. And to clearing out. When things are happening in the 12th house, it's a time of clearing out. Clearing out blockages, clearing out baggage. It's like doing psychological house cleaning, spring cleaning. Get rid of all those things from the past. Because look at this king, he's looking at the past. He's dwelling on the past. And then, because if you're not confronting things, you might become impulsive. I just want to jump into this new thing and I'm not thinking. So you want to clear the past out before you start anything new. Prepare the ground, It's kind of like before planting, how you get rid of all the weeds and you get rid of all the dead wood and then you plant in fresh soil. Well, you could do that on a psychological level this month. And that will help you to make your choices, make wise choices, and break free of whatever is, if you're in a toxic situation or if you're in a situation where there's a lot of conflict, this can help you deal with that and have a fresh start by the end of the month. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, Virgo, and I want to thank you for supporting the channel, and thank you for your comments, and thank you for anyone who's purchased readings, and I wish you nothing but the best for this month. And I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.